Welcome to MCpodcast, aka Men of Culture Podcast, and I hope everyone had a great Happy New Year's. Hope shits are good. Hope your resolutions are dedicated to following them, because we're gonna run it up all year. Anyways, let's get into it. We're gonna talk about the upcoming winter season anime. Now, some of these animes may have already aired, but we are going to create a list of animes that you should be watching this season. You need to be watching at all costs, because we are men of culture. We know what you're talking about. So, that being said, like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to run up to 1,000 subscribers. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So let's run it up. Let's do our thing. Let's get into it. Alright, so one of the new animes that are coming out is the Chain Soldier. I've been a big fan of this anime. I like it because, for one, it has a lot of men of culture scenes in it. It's a different take on an interesting way of doing harem anime right. And basically give you some of the premise of it. Basically, the main character, Yuki, gets sent to the demon world. We're just calling it that. And when he gets sent to this demon world dimension, he gets attacked by a bunch of, they call it Shuki, but they're basically like demons. And he gets saved by one of the commanders. There's an army. They call him the Demon Corp, whatever the fuck they call him. But basically gets saved by them. And in a desperate situation, he basically gets powers from one of the commanders, and he basically becomes part of the army, part of the Demon Corp. So he destroys the Shuki demons, whatever you want to call them. But really, it's not even about the fighting. It's really about the rewards he gets from doing a hard day of work. Because every person should be rewarded for a hard day of work, so he gets rewarded. And since he is a guy, and the female happens to be a baddie, he gets quite the gracious rewards. You'll see on the screen there. It's going to be a very solid anime, definitely something worth the watch. And on top of that, who doesn't love a lot of Ichi? Now, go ahead and check this out. You might not want to watch this in front of your family, but worth the time to watch.
A must-watch anime for this upcoming winter season is Solo Leveling. I say this is a contender for Anime of the Year, one of the best trailers I've seen in a while. I'm so excited. From somebody who's watched the webtoon not only once, but twice. I am so excited for this to come out. The first episode is an hour long, and it's a 24 to 25 episode anime. So you know what's about to go down. The progression is about to be great. Everything about this is going to be awesome. But first, let me give you an overview. Basically, gates open up in this world where monsters come from, and you could go inside, and basically they're called dungeons. So you have a raid party, you enter the dungeon, you conquer the dungeon when you kill the boss, that sort of thing. But they kind of do it way better, and so much better than a lot of animes, where they make it more serious, more realistic, and the world building is just so much better. But basically, the main character is Sung Jung-woo, who is known as the world's weakest hunter. There's ratings on hunters, and it goes from E to all the way up to S and higher than that. And then there's the world's strongest. But either way, essentially, he's a really weak guy who keeps going to the dungeon no matter what. He doesn't have any gear. He can't pay for it. He's paying for his mom's medical bills in the hospital. His sister's still going through schooling. But there's a lot more to this anime than just that. And I think this is a must-watch anime for you guys out there. I'm not going to spoil too much. Just take it in, watch it, and that's all I need to say.
Next anime on this list that you need to be watching is Hokkaido Girls Are Super Adorable. Now, obviously, if you are a smart person, then you know this anime takes place in Hokkaido, the countryside of Japan. It was really snowy. And this main character, he's from the city. He moves to Hokkaido, and he meets this beautiful gal. And, basically, it's a story of how they kind of develop feelings for each other, and it's actually a really good and interesting anime. I read the manga to it, so I have high expectations. The animation so far from the trailers look amazing. It's obviously you kind of guessed. It's a romance anime. Go have a little bit of men of culture scenes in there, but it's a heartwarming anime that's definitely worth the time to watch. It's by Silver Link, so you already know the animation's gonna be fire. The female characters look beautiful, and so watch it up. Hokkaido Gals Are Super Adorable. Go watch it.
The next anime we actually have some high expectations to are The Witch and the Beast. And honestly, me and Khalil just watched this trailer, and the animation looks super sick. They definitely put a lot of work into it, and the character design is also super unique, and just the story looks super interesting. But as it is, it's about a beast, which is a feral girl with long fangs and eyes of a beast. And there's a guy named Ashaf, which is the witch of the story. He's a soft-spoken man with delicate features, and he has a coffin strapped to his back. Now, this pair appears one day in a town that's in thrall to a witch who has convinced the townfolk that she, the beast, or she, the witch, is their hero. But Asif and Gaidu know better, and they definitely know the real story behind it. They got a score to settle with this witch, and they won't hesitate to, murk up anybody in their way. But this looks like a super new, super fresh anime, and I think you guys should give it a try. This for sure looks super interesting.
Next anime on this list, I am calling to be one of the best animes of the season, Metallic Road. Now, let me give you the premise of Metallic Road. It's in a world where humans and androids coexist together, and Rogue is an android, and she's on a mission going to Mars. She has a partner named Naomi, and their job is to really murk up 9 artificial humans. So they have a task to assassinate people on Mars. This anime, I called it to Tanner. I said, Tanner, let's watch this trailer. Let's check it out. And it looks really, really good. It looks like a very interesting, well-done mecha anime. I'm expecting a lot of good things. It's by Studio Bones, so they put out nothing but fire. This is going to be a very, very good anime. Honestly speaking, it's going to put up a little fight with Solo Leveling, because it looks really good. I like the story. The animation looks really good. It has something to tell, and I really like the modern AI with human type thing. I think it relates to today with coexisting with AI. So I just think this is going to be an anime that is going to be top of the list of one of the best new animes this season. So you got to check that one out.
What's up, guys? Next on this list is The Foolish Angel Dances with the Devil. Now, Masatora is a demon who basically infiltrated a high school in the human world. His goal is basically to find candidates to aid hell in the fight against their natural enemies, obviously the angel and heaven. But assigned to the seat right next to him is Lily Amane, another student who transferred there not long ago. And basically, she's the one who he wants to take to hell and use them against the angels. But he eventually finds out that she is actually an angel who kind of has the opposite personality of what you would think. She is very aggressive, very violent, very, I don't know, how would you say, kind of like a trucker. She'll say whatever she wants. But it looks super funny. We watched the trailer recently. This just looks like an enjoyable anime. It's definitely the Romeo and Juliet show of the season. But this looks super cool. It's just like a little breath of fresh air. It just takes a different twist than normal, and it's definitely something that's going to be on the top of your watch list. So definitely give it a try.
Tales of the Wedding Ring is the next anime you should be watching this season. Now, this is once again a men of culture type of anime. It's gonna have some ichi, gonna have some romance in it. But let me give you the premise of it. Basically, the main character Sato, and his shawty that he's with, that he's his girlfriend. His girlfriend is from another world, and it's about that time for her to leave, and he doesn't know until basically she says goodbye to him and she's leaving through the gate. Him not wanting to end things right there because she just kind of said I'm leaving, he runs into the portal, and basically it turns out to be an isekai anime. Now this guy, I guess now Sato becomes a candidate to be the hero to save the demons. Now that Sato is in this world, Sato has now had to wife up his shawty. Now that's pretty good. That's a good start to everything. That sounds great. But now, since he's a hero candidate, he has to go wife up all the other nations' princesses. You got the beast girls, you got the elves, you got the dragons. So there's gonna be a lot of big booty baddies on this anime. A lot of beautiful women that he has to wife up. Basically, each ring he gets from these females, from these princesses, he's able to use their elemental powers in these powers. And basically, the way the powers work is by how much they love him. So the more he loves them, the more they love him, the more powers he's to use. So basically, if he has sex with all the girls, he would be able to end the series. But obviously, since it's anime, it doesn't really work like that. But it's going to be an enjoyable watch. Animation looks good. The female characters all look amazing. And honestly, I think this show has a story to tell. Definitely going to have a lot of hype that's going to be going around it. And people are definitely going to talk about it, since the first episode is going to be a very interesting premise.
Alright guys, next on this list is Villainess Level 99, and maybe a hidden boss, but I am not the Demon Lord. Basically, in a certain otome RPG, it takes place in a kingdom where basically dark hair is stigmatized as to be abnormal and weird, but there's a girl who was reborn kind of in this other world. Her name is Imula Dolgness, and basically she's a daughter of a count. She was hated obviously because of her hair, but surprise, surprise, the Demon Lord's dead, and she's the hidden boss. Alright, in a twist of fate, basically 5 years of age, she recalls the memories of her past life in Japan. Uninterested in romance or the game that she's already knows that she's playing, she begins to dedicate herself to training her rare dark type magic. And kind of throughout the show, she seems to be, the super strong character. Everybody knows that she's level 99 and that she's super strong and that she is kind of the outcast. And basically it's a show where it looks like she grows to have more people around her who don't care about her abnormality or her differences. But it kind of looks like an interesting comedy, funny one. But the animation is also there, and the trailer looks super cool. So this is another one you should give a try for sure in this winter 2024.
So next anime I'm recommending for y'all on this list is a boxing anime. Listen, the hands gonna be there this season. So we're talking about Ishura. Basically, the Demon King is dead. Now there's a bunch of demigods that want to show I'm him or her. And so to find out who's really the best fighter, they all just start going ahead. It's a battle royale type of anime. They all go ahead and start boxing. There's people who know how to go with the sword play, people who go with the bow and arrows. There's all sorts of type of fighting styles. But this anime, there's gonna be a whole lot of fighting, and it's really a battle royale anime. It's gonna be a simple, straight to the point type of anime. You'll turn your brain off and see a whole lot of boxing. Ishura, watch it.
Next on this list is the Unwanted Undead Adventurer. Okay, and all of this is about to change when he comes across a seemingly undiscovered path in the Water Moon dungeon. What awaits him at the end of the path, however, is neither treasure nor riches, but a legendary dragon that wastes no time swallowing him whole. Waking up short time later, he finds himself not quite dead, not quite alive, but nothing more than a pile of bones. And essentially, this story is basically him trying to come to terms with the fact that he is now in an undead body, and his goal is for one day to return to civilization with more human form. And this is all about, will he succeed, or will the dungeon consume him for the rest of his life or undeath? But this show looks actually pretty interesting. They have a lot of different twists, and the trailers seem to be super cool. It's just something a little different that they've been doing. So hopefully this is something that you should watch, and definitely give it a try.
Okay, the next anime that you should be watching on this list is Sengoku Yuuko. It's a interesting, different anime. We saw this by chance, but to give you a basic premise, the world is divided up by two factions. One is human, one is monster. The main character hates humans. You don't fuck with them at all. But his sister loves them a lot. Loves them so much that it's kind of a pain in the ass. Okay, so the siblings decide to join up with a weak-ass, cowardly swordsman, and he wants to become stronger. The main plot of the story is really that a group of people are kind of transforming humans into monsters, and they want to stop that because, you got to be a real monster to be part of the monster clan. This anime is gonna be an interesting one. I really don't have an opinion much on it. I think it's gonna be good. From what I've seen, there's gonna be a lot of fight. The animation looks very clean, and I think it's gonna be worth your time to watch. Check it out. First 2 or 3 episodes. If it's not good, I apologize.
Alright guys, next on this list is a highly anticipated anime that I see a lot of people hyping up called Delicious in Dungeon. Basically,
it's about cooking food in a dungeon. That's all the story is really about. I really didn't want to have to put the anime and all that other shit on here because I'm sick and tired of editing this. So, yeah, fuck this shit. Delicious in Dungeons is going to be probably mid.
Alright guys, we're going to get into the continuing anime of this season. We wanted to kind of highlight the new animes that were coming out just to give you guys a better idea. But the next one on this list is Classroom of the Elite Season 3. If you haven't seen 1 and 2, it's basically a psychological thriller where they're kind of given challenges in a school and they have to get through them, and they want to rise to the top of the class, which is Class A, and they started at the lowest class. But essentially, it follows the main character, Ayano Koji, who is a super smart, but plays it low-key, and basically plans everything that'll happen just behind the scenes. And this is just a continuation of the first 2, and just get ready for a super fun, super cool Season 3. Next on this list is Moonlight Fantasy Season 2. Now, this took a little bit while for it to come out for the second season, but I know this is another highly anticipated isekai anime with some differences compared to all the other isekais. The animation is super cool, the character design is there, and it just takes a little bit different of a path than normal, and I'm excited as everybody else for the second season. It's just going to be super cool. I recommend watching Season 1 if you haven't, but if you have, get ready for Season 2.
Alright, so the next anime of the continuing group that you need to be watching and you're going to be watching this season is the bottom tier character Tomozaki Season 2. Now, if you watch Season 1, you definitely know this series is actually pretty darn good. Character development of the main character is there, and honestly, the way they intertwine the conflicts of the female protagonist, heroine of the show, how she also has her own messed up problems with her as well. This is an interesting series that I'm super excited to see Season 2 of. It's been a while since Season 1 came out, but I'm excited for it to get its second season, and it's going to be a good one. Next anime on this list. It has been years, decades. Decades, man. Blue Exorcist is back, baby! Sorry if you're wearing headphones. Blue Exorcist is back, and Season 3 is going to be a great one. They're really going to go with source material, manga material, and I'm happy about that. It's been a while. I've really liked Blue Exorcist. It's actually been one of the first few animes that, me, Tanner, other people I know have gotten into. True meta cultures, no. Blue Exorcist was supposed to be it. But obviously, shit happens. But go check out Blue Exorcist. Fire-ass anime.
Alright guys, I'm going to hop into Mashle Season 2. This is another continuing anime. And oh my god, if you didn't enjoy the first season, the animation's super cool. Honestly, in my opinion, I think they did a really good job in that aspect. But the comedy was hilarious. Every single episode, obviously, it's kind of like a One Punch Man-esque kind of feeling where the main character is super overpowered. Everybody's kind of dumbstruck by his ability to do what he does because everyone's using magic, and he's using muscles. I mean, what can't you love about this show? It's basically the continuation. I really enjoyed all the characters and kind of their intertwining relationship with each other. You can see kind of how it's super funny and how the relationships have that funny dynamic. But if you haven't watched the first season, please go give it a try. I think that was a highly anticipated anime and it did well. And once again, the Season 2 should just make it even better. I think they didn't fumble. I think A1 Pictures is going to take this and bring it to the next level. So I enjoyed it, and you should give it a try. The next one on this list is one of my actual favorites of one of these past seasons, which is The Dangers in My Heart. Just the first season, the animation was super cool, but it also had its own twist on romance. Now, a lot of romance animes take it very literally and have more of a serious tone, but this one you could kind of have fun with the development of the characters and really enjoy their connection, and not only his individual growth, but his ability to slowly but surely open up to himself and change his mentality. It's just a beautiful show with a great relationship, and I think this is one of the best romance animes ever, actually, in my opinion. Khalil might think otherwise, but I really enjoyed this show. If you haven't watched the first one, please go watch that. But if you're hyped for the second season as much as I am, just get ready for it. It's just going to be the same thing all over again, with just even better. So just get ready for it.
And the last continuing anime on this list, we're finally wrapping this video up, is Banished from the Hero Party Season 2. Season 1, I actually really liked the opening of Season 1, Fuego. Now, I don't really know where the story was going to, because I thought the ending of Season 1 was pretty complete, but clearly they have a story to tell. I'm interested in seeing the development of the main character and all the female characters that are around him. It's a slice of life anime. It's one of those shows that there's going to be a little bit of conflict, a little fighting here and there, but it's there for a spice of life moment. Enjoy the moment. It's simple, one of those things you can turn your brain off and enjoy it. So go watch Banished from the Hero's Party. It's coming out soon, or probably it's already out. Now, if you made it to this part of the video, I fought with you heavy. Go ahead and leave a like, you comment, and subscribe. Go let me know what animes you think are good that we missed on this list. And also, just comment down below what's your thought of this winter season. It seems like there's going to be a lot of good animes. It is stacked as hell. And let me know your New Year's resolution. Are you going to follow it? Are you going to be a lazy slob? What you going to do this New Year's? Honestly, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers now. New year, new me. New MC podcast. We're out. Be men of culture. Women of culture.